We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here. Welcome back to Red Embrace Hollywood. Here we are, thinking I'm near the end of the game just because I'm now like wrapping up everything, looking back at everything that has happened to me. Sorry, I'm looking at my pen. But anyway, here we are. My life as a human. Back then I was happy and hopeful, always looking forward to the next day, usually content but still restless. I always wanted something more. Depressed the most days, struggling to find meaningful things in life. Right now, I'm not depressed, but I mean, I can get depressed if I want. I just wish I was in a spot that I want to be in, so I guess I'm restless. I had my ups and downs, coasting through life without ever finding what really completed me, and my hopes and fantasies helped me hang on, a rope that I clung onto whenever I felt myself slipping. I knew there was something out there, something that would give me a sense of real fulfillment, but I had to wonder if I'd ever truly grasp it. My eyes flicked up to meet the reflection in the window pane. I hadn't really thought about those days in a long time, the old human me. Now I found myself. Missing my old life, it seemed so peaceful looking back. Nostalgic and wistful, but still determined to put the past behind me. Happy with the new life I've been given without any longing for my human days. No, I'm nostalgic. When I gazed down at the tiny cars and people wandering on the streets, I could almost see myself as one of them, blissfully ignorant of the dark world that surrounded me now. Even if I knew I was reminiscing those rose-colored glasses, I felt a bittersweet longing for those brighter, calmer, more predictable times. But there is no going back, no matter how much the past continued to weigh heavily on my shoulders. One day, I knew I'd find a way to leave it behind forever. But not by drugs. A knock at the door interrupted my thoughts. I rose from my chair and strode over to answer it, wondering if an agent had finally come to get me. For what? It's not Friday. Heath! But instead of greeted by a familiar, well-composed smile. Pull him to a hug, not interested in solicitors. How rude! No, pull him to a hug. Curling my arms around Heath, I hugged him tightly, squeezing us together. After a short pause, he gratefully returned my hug, resting his chin against my shoulder. We stayed like that for a little while, embracing each other, sharing a warmth that I could almost feel. I think we should move out of the hallway. The last thing I want is for Marcus to come by and take a shot at us. When he finally pulled back, Heath gave me a teasing grin, motioning towards my room. A shot at us? What do you mean, like a remark? I opened the door enough for him to step inside, although he stayed close to me rather than moving to sit. I know it's only been a few days, but I missed you. Oh, I couldn't stop thinking about you, not with all this chaos going on and the conflict that we can't avoid any longer. Drifting his fingers through my hair, he leaned in, letting his forehead press slightly to my own. The brief lightheartedness he'd shown was already fading away, his smile sinking gradually into nothing. I'm so worried, Michiko. It'll be alright, Heath. I know we'll get through it somehow. So am I. I don't know what will happen. Well, usually in a situation like this, one couple has to kind of lie and say it's gonna be alright. I'll be that couple. You're right. He nodded, firmly grasping onto his scarf. Michiko, there's something I want to clear up. It's been eating me from the inside since I left you that night. And when I heard about Therese's plan for tomorrow, his voice suddenly lowering, Heath stepped closer to me. He murmured his words close to my ear, but they were hushed out of caution rather than sensuality. All this time, I thought I knew what you wanted for LA, but now I'm not so sure anymore. Bro, I don't know what I want for LA. Tomorrow when you walk on that stage to stand in front of all those people, what are you really going to say? Oh, fuck. I'm going to side with the rebels. I'm going to support the cause we talked about yesterday. I don't know yet. I don't stand on these things. I don't know yet. Of course you're going to be upset at me. After a moment, they can just kill me now, because I'm not rallying or allying with any of these three houses. I know you guys told me eventually I'm going to have to, but at this point, I'm not picking anybody. At least in this playthrough, I'll probably force myself to pick somebody's route in like Randall's. Maybe I'll just support Randall in Randall's route and support Marcus in Marcus's route. But honestly, for me right now, in reality, if I had to choose all these options of how I would choose them in real life, I wouldn't support these people. Cause like, there's some things that I do approve of, like Iskari, but then there's like some things that I don't like approve of. I guess you should like ignore like maybe like the 2% that you don't like or whatever, but no thank you. I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna be me. After a moment, Heath shook his head, giving me an apologetic, firm look. Michiko, I'm sorry, but I need an answer. Please, tell me what you think you might say at least. Fuck! I don't know! I'm going to side with the rebels. I'm going to support the cause we talked about yesterday. You guys gotta give me a refresher on what these people are standing up for again, because I honestly don't remember. But the rebels, like, what do you mean? Mavar or Golgotha? Because if we're honestly speaking, I would side with Mavar, because they seem less as intense as Golgotha. Iskari, they just want things to be the same, right? As it is now. We can just all be allies and whatever. I guess I'll just say I'll support. Because in Randall's route, I'll support Randall only. And then Marcus's route, I'll just support whatever the fuck Marcus is supporting. I know that'll be the right choice, Michiko, however difficult it is to make. A huge wave of relief washed over Heath's face. Yeah, but aren't you part of Golgotha now? Because technically you're getting Andre's help to protect you. Although hints of tension still darken his features. The most important decisions are never easy, and I understand that as much as anyone ever could. But I know you're strong enough to make those choices. With a smug glimmer in his eyes, he began to slowly close the gap between us. His slender fingers tiptoed up my arms, hands rising to cup my cheek, then gently smoothing my hair back. As he gazed at me intently, I thought I glimpsed that glassy, distant look on his face, even though he hadn't injected anything. Gaze at him silently. Brace him tightly or pull him into a kiss. It's probably our last kiss, right? Go ahead. Sliding hand through Heath's hair, pressed my face closer. I pressed his face closer to mine. He met me halfway, brushing our lips together, then sealing them with a gentle, longing kiss. The touch of his lips stayed light, tenderly affectionate, as if he were in no rush to do anything except enjoy my presence. Because it's probably the last time. When he finally pulled back, he looked the happiest I'd seen him since that night outside Saturnalia. This will be our last night here, won't it? After what you say tomorrow, we'll have to find somewhere else to stay, somewhere you can gather your followers. My followers? Am I making my own thing? If so, I guess that's what I really ended up getting? 'Cause, I don't know. His whispered words brimmed with anticipation, but there was a flicker of hesitation in his eyes, as if leaving the hotel wasn't so easy for him after all. I mean, it's gonna be tough for us out there, because we didn't have to pay for shit. We just stayed here. But you know, if I'm remembering right, isn't there a movie we still have to watch? Oh shit, there is! Yeah, I like to take my mind off things. Shouldn't we be preparing something? I thought you'd never ask. I totally forgot about the movie. Well, I'm asking now, and you're accepting, aren't you? Of course, let's watch this. With a light, teasing laugh, he moved over to my TV, picking up the neglected videotape. After he set up the movie, we flicked the lights off and curled up together in my bed, nestling cozily under the covers. It felt like the first time I'd done something just for fun in a while, and maybe for that reason alone, I almost forgot where I was. I could tell Heath was enjoying himself too, a peaceful smile lingering on his lips as he watched the screen. He seemed so warm, so playful, that it almost reminded me of the first night he'd visited my room. Man, lots of things have changed lately. But even as we laughed and shared our thoughts, engaging in each other almost more than the movie, the tension never completely vanished. And now as we spent our last night in this place together, so different from the way we started, I had to wonder if tomorrow wouldn't see everything to come to an end. I'm gonna die. I think my character's gonna die. That's what I think. The next night, I woke up with a knot in my stomach. It was a sharp, gnawing feeling that wouldn't go away, not even as I climbed out of bed to get dressed. That feeling was fear, worry, excitement. I wasn't sure. I think worry. Because I'm worried that I might die. Something bad would inevitably happen tonight. I couldn't help from worrying about my fate, the fate of everyone I cared about. Everything was up in the air. When I finally prepared myself physically and mentally, I decided it was time to go. I made my way to the door, stepped outside, and gave my room a final long left without looking back. No, I think I would honestly give my room a long look. I glanced back at the empty room. For a moment, I traveled back in time to my first night when I stood in a daze on this very spot. Now, here I was about to leave for what might be the final time. But there's no point dwelling in nostalgia. Okay. Downstairs in the lobby, Sharice's agent were waiting for me. From their tight-lipped, intense stares, they seemed to feel more anxious than I was. We took several cars to the abattoir, leaving at slightly different intervals in case we were being watched. Nobody spoke up. The few agents sharing my car only whispered a few words to each other. I had my weapons from before still tucked in my jacket, since I was told we'd be able to smuggle in anything we wanted. From the firepower that the agents were packing, it seemed like they expected to use it. Man, they probably look bulky as hell then. Pulled up a block away from the abattoir, and I followed the agents towards the front entrance. I noticed a few humans trying to get inside the club, but only to get swiftly rejected by the bouncers. But as soon as we approached, they let us inside, swinging open the door with a foreboding creak. Man, the humans are probably like, why does she get it going? The moment I entered the club, a different atmosphere swirled around me. Instead of crowds of mortals, everywhere I looked there were only vampires. Tension weighed thickly in the air, as cloying and heavy as the pounding music, but it seemed like Sharice's bait had worked. I saw vampires from all three houses crowding the floor, watching each other uneasily even as they drank and danced the night away. Did they have any idea what was going to happen? Probably, because, like, we're not allowing humans in. No one stopped me as I climbed up to the empty stage, walking over to the microphone. As soon as I approached it, though, I felt more and more ice flicking onto me. Sharice's agents were watching me closest of all, probably ready to pounce if I chickened out. The fuck? Like, pounce on me? Suddenly the music switched off. Everyone started to murmur in confusion, glancing around to see what was happening. So we're just doing it right now, when I just came in here. Now it seemed like a good time to start. Hey! I've got something important to say. Or can I have everyone's attention? Let's be polite about it. My voice boomed back to me over the loudspeakers. All the vampires who weren't looking at me before now stared at me wide-eyed. Everybody stayed silent, waiting for my next words. All of you know that the abattoir is neutral ground. For some of you, tonight's your last night here. No, that's so threatening. Silence. After tonight, it belongs to our faction, just like the rest of LA. Unfortunately, it seems like that's about to change. No, I like that. Let's ease into it. I could sense countless eyes piercing into me. Right now, it felt like they were all waiting for me to mess up. Because the winning side of this war will be starting tonight. This club and the whole city belong to. I don't think we're gonna be the winning side. Let's be honest here. What the fuck? I could say Sharice, Andre, the Rebellion. Yo, I could just totally fuck this over and be like, let's not. We're forced. We're forced to pick somebody, right? Right? Wait, let me see. Let me hit real quick, just in case I don't have to. A deafening silence. Okay. Shit. So you are kind of forced to. Sharice. The next few seconds felt frozen in time. Nobody moved, as if they were waiting for somebody else to move first. Just as I started to wonder if my microphone had turned off, all hell broke loose. Some of the vampires charged towards me, but another group leaped onto them, shooting and clawing at them. The Scari weren't the only ones who smuggled in weapons, obviously. Another throng of people raced for the exits, shoving each other to escape. Oh, this feels good. What? Helter Skelter, baby. Look out. What the fuck is a Helter Skelter? Bodies were already falling to the floor, both dead and alive. Not waiting to be next, I jumped off the stage towards safety. Wait, I see her. She's over there. Get her. You listen here. I was just the voice of Sharice. Instantly, a pair of fierce cries rang out nearby. I could guess who they were talking about. Darting towards the close emergency exit, I ducked outside. Gunfire shouting and footsteps raced after me. Bullets whizzed over my head, drilling into the wall. Well, shit, dude. Down the street, an alley, another alley, back into the street. Am I going to the sewages? No matter how fast I ran, they were right behind me. Dude, I'm dead. I felt like an animal fleeing for its life, driven by the pure instinct to survive. Don't I have a weapon? Just turn around and shoot them. But I knew from... But I'm nice, guys. But I knew from their voice that I was outnumbered. If only I... Something tore into my chest. Dude, I'm dead? I started before it caught off balance. Oh my god, am I dead? The next moment, more bullets shattered my ribs. Bro, I'm dead. I literally, oh my god. I'm gonna die. I think my character's gonna die. And what felt like slow motion and collapsed to the ground. Behind me, the footsteps finally came to a stop. Bro, why didn't I pull out my gun and shoot? Maybe there weren't that many after all. Maybe I could have faced them. She chose to run. Finish it. Finish it? Rude. I don't go by it. As I slowly lifted my blurry gaze upward. All I saw was the gleaming barrel of a gun. Oh shit. Game over, guys. Oof! That was game over! What the fuck? At least, hey, I got this stuff. What the fuck? What is this? Percentage of text seen, 23.66%. When the conditions are right, special ending choices will be marked red. What ending did I get? So I got the second common ending. Sorrow of the world worketh death. I don't know what the fuck that means. But I just got the common ending. Common ending too. I didn't even get like Heath ending. But to be honest, I kind of understood that just because I wasn't really like picking all the Heath choices. So if you guys wanted to end up seeing like any love interest with Heath, we didn't get it. I mean, not safe for work. What the fuck? What happened here? Oh, is it probably when we shot up? If we did choose to shoot up with him and like do it in the alleyway, probably that was that CGR. And obviously I didn't really pick a good choice for the ending. Yeah, I'm not mad. I mean, I'm kind of salt, but then I'm not too salt. Because again, it's just our first playthrough of this game. I unlocked pretty much like majority of the CG art, so I'm fine with that. For Heath's route, I feel like I didn't obviously get the romantic routes because I wasn't down for the things he was doing. Like I didn't want to be so agreeable with what he wanted. So it kind of makes sense that we didn't actually end up as a couple. It seems like we're just friends that are butting heads a whole lot. It feels like we're just like friends with sort of benefits. The only benefits we were getting was hugs and kisses because your girl was going to shoot up with him to fuel something to have sex with. No, thank you, sir. I'm not down for that. But anyway, in the next episode, we're going to go for Randall. Hopefully things are better with Randall. Maybe I'll actually get a romantic ending with Randall. And I'm actually just going to be headstrong, a believer of the Mavar, because I feel like that in the end, maybe I do agree with more of the Mavar things, just to be chill and everything. But I just still don't like the fact that there's no leader. But technically there is a leader because he's Randall. Whatever, Randall's the next route. So I hope you guys are excited. Maybe I'll take the quiz actually in the next route to see if I actually still end up in a scurry. That'll be kind of hilarious. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Touch it,